What's going on, YouTube fam? This video I know is probably going to definitely be a subject that I'm going to talk about. Um, Ever since everybody heard about the R. Kelly accusations and everything, also with I hear in my area in the city of Hampton, Newport News, they said they caught a couple guys. Um, they seen didn't actually catch, but they had a few guys doing the human trafficking at near Patrick Henry Mall in the area. And the one thing that I want to chime in on is that mainly they'll go after kids, young teens and young adults and stuff. And it's very dangerous for them because they'll end up, just telling the kids something and taking the kids over somewhere. But what I want to chime in on is this, and and I'm going to say this for my own personal experiences with this, is that we have to teach these young ladies and these young ladies and these teens not to be so gullible with these guys. Um, this is my testimony. I'm going to speak on this because this actually happened to me a couple years back and a few years back. Um, for me, this is how things will get overheated and in trouble. So, a couple years back, um, with dealing with these two ladies that I'm talking about. I met them through those social media. The first young lady that I met in the area is from Richmond, and she was going back to Charlottesville. When I met the young lady, well, actually, just on the internet, um, we talked for a little while, and about an hour later, she hit me up on the video chat that they have on Facebook, asked me what I was doing. And at that moment in time, I was heading up to the Richmond area. She asked me if I could take her to Charlottesville. Now, this is what I said to myself. And this is what you gotta understand is this. You don't even know me. You only know me for about 60 minutes, which is an hour. And then you want me to actually come pick you up and come take you somewhere in a vehicle that I own. She wanted me to take her to Charlottesville, even though I did take her to Charlottesville. We went to Charlottesville and everything was fine. But ultimately, you don't know me for an hour. You don't know if I'm crazy, serial killer, rapist, indifferent. But you asked me to take you somewhere. And actually, the address is your home that you want me to take you to. What would happen if you got in my car and accidentally something happened to where something clicks in the head? He goes off on I go off on a certain road where nobody's coming down off a back road, and something would have happened to that young lady or whatever. Being the guy that I am, the man of God, the real true 100 person that I am, I I would basically never do that, because the one thing about it is, for me, I love my freedom. I like my freedom. I like going out to places and walking freely wherever I want to walk. If I want to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and go get uh, a Gatorade and a hoagie from Wawa, I could do that at 2 in the morning if I wanted to. So that's what I love. I love my freedom. But some guys look at it differently as, I got her. I could get her to A, I could get her in the bedroom, or B, I can do human trafficking. So that's how people absolutely think, in a way. Or I could do this and I could ultimately go ahead and end her life. So that is the thing. We cannot let these people feel gullible. Anything like this. These young girls, we have to teach them how to be gullible. The second thing is the second story that I have. A woman that's around my age, is 2 or 3 years older than me. I'm at her again, like I said on Facebook. Hadn't even known me for 30 minutes and asked me, "Oh, would you like to come to come to my house and we could watch a movie and chill out or do whatever." Now, mind you, again, you haven't known me for 30 minutes, but you want me to come to your house and you have your kids there. That right there should be an alarming flag to men. And I look at it on the men's side and on the female side is this. You invite this guy over, you haven't known him for 30 minutes. Say, for example, he comes to your house. Okay? Your kids are asleep, knocked out. Knocked out of all knocked out of this. Say if he wants to come there and assault you and then end up something happening to your kids, or he takes your kids and kidnaps your kids or even kills your kids. And you think the guy is real nice, a real gentleman, a real nice person, just because you talked to them for 30 minutes. So again, what I want to say, don't be these ladies do not be so gullible to these men. I'm telling you that. And that's the one thing that I want to teach my daughters, and I'm praying right now. I have a 14-year old and a 9-year old. The one thing that I want to teach them, and I also want their mom to teach them, is to just not be gullible to these guys. My 14-year old right now, with dealing with this human trafficking, I worry about her the most. I really do, because with this, you know, you might seem like a guy's a nice guy, he's a good guy, but then he's really not. That's why I always tell my daughter, even though to take the time out when she's getting ready to know these young teenage guys, to take the time out to get to know the guy, you know, and and get to know him before anything happens. Before anything happens, before he even takes you out anywhere, I want to get to know him. I want to see him myself. I don't know that your mom wants to see him, but I actually want you and him to be not chaperoned, but ultimately monitored. For example, for me and my 14-year-old, if she wants to invite a friend over at her mother's house or my house, I make sure that either her mom is there at her house, or if she's not going to be there, I'll say, well, I'll stop by and I'll be there. Because you don't know what's going to happen. You say, oh, okay, oh, that's fine. I'll let him do whatever. But you do not was not know what's going to happen out in these streets. And that's the one thing about it. I just want, and I hope and I pray for these girls that's out here, these young girls, to not be so gullible, to some of these guys that's out here on the street.